Let me give you a simple framework to think about this to scale AI. It's secure, standardize, and scale. So some things that could go wrong. You first want to secure your environment. And maybe I saw some of you, your IT's got everything locked down. Your leadership says no AI. I do think that's the wrong way to go. But it is true that the AI does have to be, the security has to be tailored to your business goals, not just, okay, we're going to prevent anything bad from happening. So you have to get an expert who can translate that security into a executable roadmap that doesn't slow down your ability to innovate. And that takes a very capable IT staff, takes very capable partners. So security and AI policy should enable that delivery. You want to put the guardrails in place. What tools are approved? What is the data that's allowed to stay in the firm? What can go out? Because an employee could accidentally send something out that is compromised data, but an AI is going to have access to everything in your environment, and you need to be able to tag every piece of data. That file that you sent with employee salaries to your HR executive, and somebody says, hey, AI, what accounts does this person have? And what you mean is what sales accounts, but then it gives you back a report of their bank accounts because that information was in an email somewhere. It wasn't in the file folder where you thought it was. So security becomes really important here. And putting sandboxes where people can play outside the environment without critical data, if that's necessary. So secure is number one, and those are some common issues. Number two is to standardize. As I mentioned, as Chris and Kristen are so fond of as well, define your success before you start. What are those measures? Time to draft, win rates, the time to create a proposal, time to turn around a proposal. Get those things down, understand your goals first, because the technology, you can just fall into what you want it to do, but unless you define your success, you're not going to get there. And part of standardizing then also is you can get confused on what kind of AI am I actually using? You don't have to worry about this, only looking at the future to say, I've got to be able to generate designs automatically. That's at 4.5% right now, as Chris said. But you can start with the playground, the AI assistant, number one. Get that in place. It's often going to be Copilot. Your teams could allow you to play with that. So that's the first stage, is use it with prompts, get better at prompts, just start playing with it, and you'll learn how to use AI. We didn't learn how to use Excel this way, did we? We didn't go through a huge training course with people. Everybody picked it up. They started using it. They get better at it. AI is going to be the same way. Just pick it up and start using it. So when people in your firm are using it as AI assistants, you're starting to win. Number two, then move to agents. When you have a repeatable checklist of things that you can do to a specific quality, you can put an agent in place. That Chris mentioned, it was Year of Agents. And so anything that's repeatable, you can put work in there. Review my email, give me a summary. Review my task list, give me a summary. Those are agents that you can use. And then number three, of course, the holy grail is those workflows. But that requires something a lot of AEC firms don't actually have, which is repeatable processes with inputs defined, outputs defined, quality along the way, something that they can reproduce. There are firms that have great templatized sales processes or project management, but often I see firms, particularly in the 100 to 300 range, where they don't have project management standards. Every project manager does things kind of their own way. So unless you have repeatable process, you're not going to be able to take advantage of AI workflow. So that is what scalable looks like. You're moving through each of those stages, and you're getting more and more leverage in your business as it goes, more efficiency, better value for people. So one example of this would be, there's a firm out of Australia that demonstrated it at a conference I went to last year. They drew out a generative design for a stadium, and it was done using AI with Revit. And if they had done it in Revit, it would have taken 2.5 times as long as they did it. But plus, the AI also provided a heat map on the seating arrangements, optimal seating position in the arena, with what the pricing could look like. Plus, it had acoustic sound signatures and speakers that you could see, and where the speaker placements were. And then it did a flyover of the crowd for the owner so that they could see what it actually would look like in practice. So they delivered 2.5 times faster at the same cost with 3 times the value because of what they delivered. That's kind of the holy grail at scale. So secure, standardize, and then scale. Getting to that holy grail requires the CEO looking at it. It requires an executive sponsor where the CEO says, here, we're carving out this time. I'm now handing this to you as a shared committee where you each have time to do this, and I want you each to be able to do this. IT has to be involved, yes. Marketing has to be involved. Ops has to be involved, but it has to come from the top. And you can try a small cohort first and then roll it out. Celebrate your wins.